2012 was an extraordinary year for our country. We celebrated our Queen with the Jubilee, and with the Olympics and Paralympics, we showed beyond any doubt that Britain can deliver. It was a great year, but if we're honest, it was a tough one too. We're still dealing with debts that built up over many years, and for many families, making ends meet is difficult. So to anyone starting this new year with questions about where we're heading and what the future holds, I want to reassure you of this. We are on the right track. On all the big issues that matter to Britain, we're heading in the right direction. And I have the evidence to prove it. This government inherited a huge budget deficit that was dragging our country down. Well, this new year, that deficit is forecast to be £13 billion smaller than last new year, down by 1/4 since we came to office. We inherited a welfare system that was frankly out of shape, that paid people not to work. So we've made some big changes. And this new year, almost 500,000 more people are in work than last new year. That is real progress. We inherited an education system where too often mediocre was deemed good enough and discipline in many schools was slack. We said we need more discipline, tougher exams, and more academies because those schools consistently get better results. Well, this new year, we've got more than 1,000 academies open than last new year. The numbers studying science and languages is going up, and teachers have more power over discipline than they've had for years. This is quite simply a government in a hurry. And there's a reason for that. Britain is in a global race to succeed today. It's a race with countries like China, India, and Indonesia. A race for the jobs and opportunities of the future. So when people say we can slow down on cutting our debts, we're saying no. We can't win in this world with a great millstone of debt round our necks. When people say we've got to stop our welfare reforms because somehow it's cruel to expect people to work, we're saying no. Getting people into good jobs is absolutely vital. Not just for them, but for all of us. And when there's a fight on our hands to change our schools, we are ready and willing to have it, because having a world-class education is the only way our children are going to get on in this world. And we know what we're doing all this for. Not just to get our country up the rankings in some global league table, but to get behind everyone who wants to work hard and get on in life. It's for those people that we made changes to our tax system in 2012, cutting the income tax bills of 24 million workers. It's for them that we've frozen the council tax for 3 years in a row to keep bills as low as we can. And we did the right thing by our pensioners too in 2012, bringing in the biggest ever increase in the state pension. This is what this government is about, making sure Britain succeeds in this global race, and above all, helping our people succeed, the people who work hard and aspire to a better life for their families. So this is my message to the country at the start of 2013. We can look to the future with realism and optimism. Realism because you can't cure problems that were decades in the making overnight. There are no quick fixes, and I wouldn't claim otherwise. But we can be optimistic too, because we are making tangible progress. We're doing what's right for our country and what's best for our children's future. And nothing could be more important than that. So Happy New Year and best wishes for 2013.